So there seems to be trouble for Disney Lucasfilm as the latest projections for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny started coming in. From Deadline, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny to ring up around $60 million opening, which, to state the obvious, is absolute dog shit when it comes to a tentpole movie, especially considering the fortune needed to make it. The article continues that it was probably the Kane fiasco that brought negative word of mouth as the movie hit an abysmal 50% rotten rating. If you remember, Disney Lucasfilm was so confident with the film they premiered it at Cannes Film Festival. Although Harrison Ford was well received for his accomplishments, it turns out to be a massive mistake as the film was met with less than enthusiastic response from the French crowd. It was even reported the French audience were talking out of boredom, leading to negative film reviews from the media, and that seems to have taken its toll as the film looks to open way lower than their expected 130 million. To take that 60 million into perspective, that's lower than Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull's opening way back in 2008. The previous films were well liked, and that 50% Rotten Tomato rating is an uphill battle for the film. Everyone hated Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but with Steven Spielberg's direction and George Lucas' story, the film ended with a solid 77%. Not to mention the goodwill from the widely popular trilogy of films, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade, was largely spent on Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So the movie's out of luck relying on those fans. Some are saying a 70 million start for Dial of Destiny. That's quite a stretch. Realize that Lionsgate's John Wick Chapter 4 opened to 73.8 million with double the tracking metrics that Dial of Destiny is showing here. Well, that's because John Wick Chapter 4 was a well-done, no-holds-barred action movie that did what it's supposed to, and something Disney Lucasfilm forgot along the way: to entertain. Plus, it slaps. Disney Lucasfilm has its work cut out for it. They have to ramp up on the marketing to get more interest for the film, especially with massive competition in the box office, as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is currently in theaters, and after that there's DC's The Flash on June 16. This movie needs to be good, especially for Kathleen Kennedy, who has been head of Disney Lucasfilm for more than a decade but has nothing to show for it other than a couple of broken IPs and a fledgling streaming service. Disney's Star Wars is a shell of its former self. Willow was a disaster before vanishing completely from Disney Plus, and now it's Indy's turn to get squished under the boulder that is Kathleen Kennedy. You have to realize that this is the first full-length feature for the Disney subsidiary since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. A fact made weirder because the studio released a movie every single year since acquiring it from George Lucas. Starting from The Force Awakens in 2015, Rogue One in 2016, Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi in 2017, and of course, Solo: A Star Wars Story in 2018, which is the only film that underperformed and probably lost money. Since then, it's been announcements of movies and directors and then subsequent cancellations of those movies and directors. But there's a more compelling reason for this movie to be good, 300 million reasons to be exact, which is the reported budget for this movie, which essentially means anything short of $1 billion will end up losing money for Disney Lucasfilm. Needless to say, that would be catastrophic. Imagine the damage when a tentpole film bearing the Indiana Jones name absolutely bombs in the box office. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you on the next one.